Welcome to Hot Garbage.
Hello and welcome to Hot Garbage, where we are the only trash talk that matters. I'm your host, Laura, and if you end up watching the YouTube or we have some sort of social media, I look like a fucking homeless rat today. I got my flu shot, and I don't know what happened, because here's the thing. I usually never have a reaction with the flu shot and the COVID shot. Like, I get them both together most of the time. Like, every single time I get them together. And for people that are anti-vaxxers, I don't give a fuck. I'm immunocompromised. Get out of my face.
Yep.
So I always get them together, and I like never get any reactions. Like, I'm fine, whatever. So I don't know why just getting the flu shot has absolutely sent me into a fucking sickness. But Keenan was saying, well, usually because you know you're getting both of them, you time them better with your infusion. So it might be something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really time it with my infusion very well. So it could be that.
Or just like whatever strain of the flu or whatever, and like it's just a different one than you're used to.
Yeah.
So.
And it just kicked my ass. And so I put on my jewelry just to make myself feel like I'm like some sort of a person. But this sweatshirt I have on was my dad's.
Love it.
He didn't want it anymore, and he was going to get rid of it. And I said, well, I'm going to keep it. And it's like this cool, like tribal type of pattern thing. I don't know. I love it. It's about 6 sizes too big. It was too big for him, which is why I wanted to get it. Like, it's like an XXL, and I'm not an XXL.
It's like a snuggie. Is that what's called?
It literally is almost like a snuggie. I would say that it's almost like a snuggie. And so I put this on because it makes me happy. I also saved this from the fire. Like, this is one of the things that I took from the fire.
Nice.
So it makes me happy, and so I'm wearing it.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm dressed like shit and like I have no reason.
Fantastic.
I just woke up and like I'm not doing anything today. So
yeah, love that.
Kiss hockey jersey and basketball shorts. That's what I got on today.
I love that. They can't see us from the waist down, so I wasn't telling you what pajama pants I have on.
I have a cat on a pumpkin sweatshirt.
Stephanie's the most put together out of all of us.
I was cleaning before this, but I was festive at the same time.
Her background is also very festive with cute little ghosts. It's exactly what I would expect Stephanie to put up for a Halloween background, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I love it.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was expecting.
Stephanie's version of spooky.
Yeah.
Happy ghosts.
Me and Stephanie are the two who watch the horror movies, and for some reason, this is where we're at.
Got a cute little cat on my shirt on top of a pumpkin.
When it comes to like our lives, we like everything to be cute, but everything in the horror movies is like, great, scare the shit out of me.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so let's get into motherfucking share time. I'm going to go first because mine's going to be really short because I feel like a rat. Because mental health awareness day just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I decided that I would share that I have started taking Lexapro.
Woo.
And I am someone who has denied medication for a very long time. Like, I've been probably offered this medication probably like for like a good 10, 15 years. And I consistently would say no because I'm very good at managing it and everything like that, which I am. Like, I'm very good at managing my anxiety. I take it for my anxiety because I get like really bad anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been having issues, can't really get a handle on it. So I decided, let's try medication. Let's try something different. And I've never been happier.
We love a medicated bitch.
Yes.
Medicated ass bitch. If you've noticed that I've been calmer in the last like month or two, it's because of that. Less angry is Lexapro, Laura. The first time that we recorded, we got off and I said, could you guys tell that I was medicated? And they both went, yeah. And so I'm just here to say that if you need some help, you need some help. Get your ass some medication. I love Lexapro. I'm telling everybody that I'm on Lexapro. Like, literally, like, I was at my internship And I was telling all the students, I was like, yeah, I started taking Lexapro. This shit's awesome. Everybody loves medicated, man. And all of a sudden I got people like talking about it and they were like, oh yeah, like I'm thinking about getting on that. I'm like, man, like stop denying medication. If your doctor says do it, you take the little quiz thing that they give you and they're like, yeah, do it. Like just do it. It's way happier on this side.
Medicated Laura has saved me so much time on editing.
Yeah.
Used to be like 2.5 hour episodes with like 20 cuts. Now it's like, an hour and a half, like maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah. Medicated me is like a happy little girl. She's just,
I love it.
she wants to hang out with her dog. She's watching Game of Thrones, which never thought that would happen ever again. But she's like, you know what? I'm medicated. Let's try different things.
I love it. You seem so much happier.
I am. I'm telling you this. I literally said to my doctor, because like he's been checking up on me because I have Crohn's disease. So he like wants to make sure that like it's okay with my medication, it's interacting with my medication and everything like that. So he's like checking up on me a lot. So I have like doctor's appointments a lot recently. And I was like, yeah, I almost feel stupid for saying no for so long. And he started cracking up. He was like, well, you said yes at the right time and when you were ready, so it's okay.
Love that.
Yeah.
I need to go to the doctor soon. Maybe I'll make the change. You're convincing me.
Yo, it's great over here. I'm like, what stress? I still have it. Like, no, like, let's be honest. Like, I still have it, and like, you're still like, whatever. It just like, does make me fly off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Which is fun.
Love
Although on Twitter, I'm still like telling people that they're dumb motherfuckers.
that.
That's not the real world. It's fine.
I started telling people that they were dumb motherfuckers to their face too, if I'm going to be honest. I kind of just stopped caring and I was like, you know what? Like, you're so fucking dumb and I'm tired of being nice about it. Like, you ought to be shamed and embarrassed. But that's me on Lexapro. I'm angry, but I'm still just, I don't give a fuck.
I'm angry, but I smile through it.
I'm still cursing people off, but I'm smiling.
As long as there's a smile on your face.
Yeah. So that's my share time. My share time is that I'm medicated. Don't be ashamed to be medicated. Don't be ashamed to need help. I see a therapist too. Like, it's not, I see her regularly. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just, I'm here to be like mental health.
Yeah.
Take it
Hell yeah.
seriously. Get your shit together. Nobody wants to hang out with an unstable bitch. They hung out with me for a long time as an unstable bitch, but nope, it's okay to need help and it's okay to say like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm here to literally take away the stigma of it. That's what my goal is at this point. That's why I'm telling everybody I'm medicated. I'm talking to people about it. People are all of a sudden sharing it too, because I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of and we should have an open conversation about it. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Lexapro bitches raise up. All right, Stephanie. So what's your motherfucker? What?
So that's the name of the episode.
What is it? What Lexapro bitches raise up? Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. Oh. I'll actually post. If we make social media stuff, I'm definitely gonna put stuff around. Be like, the episode name is. All right. So Stephanie, what's your motherfucking share time?
Okay, since it's spooky season, I have been watching scary movies, and this week, I watched The Substance with Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. Is that her name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Married to.
She's the girl from The Leftovers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, you know who she is, Tyler.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, it's about Demi Moore, and she's Rebecca Sparkle, and she's like a big time, like fitness guru. She has like a show and everything. Well, she hits 50, and they don't want her anymore, and they end her contract, and she's kind of going crazy. And she gets in a car accident, meets this nurse who's like really young, and he tells her that or he gives her a note, and it says, "The substance is the best thing that's ever happened to me." And like, she doesn't understand. she gets back to her apartment. She gets like an invitation basically to like telling her like where she can go get it. So she goes and gets it, and it's like she injects herself with something, and it basically makes her body like rip open from the back.
Ew.
Yeah, it's like it's gory and like rip open from the back, and like Margaret Qualley like comes out from her back, and she's still like they're the same person, but she has to spend a week in the young body, and then every 7 days she has to go back and spend a week with her younger back or with her older body, so she can like rejuvenate and get the like real substances like from life that she needs, so like to be a real person. Yeah, so, but she starts to get addicted to being the young girl, because the young girl like immediately like takes over her TV show somehow. She's like super young, everyone wants her. She gets a deal to be like the host of the New Year's Eve show, and like more and more she starts. So the way that like the newer body eats every day is they get a syringe and basically take out bone marrow from like the old body, and that's the substance. And yeah, and they inject
what the
it.
fuck?
Yeah, they inject it into themselves. It's such a confusing movie, guys. There was a lot. Nick was like, "This is like a
You
Black
feed
Mirror."
them based off of the bone marrow. Okay.
Yeah, and the bone
So
marrow.
she comes out of her back, takes
Yeah.
over her life. She
Mhm.
spends a week in the body. Then she has to go back to her old body,
Mhm.
extract bone marrow, feed the little body. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then she gets addicted to being her
But she
the
also
younger
doesn't have
self.
to extract her fucking bone marrow.
Yeah, but she keeps like taking the bone marrow and taking the bone marrow that she like the old body runs out of the bone marrow.
Yeah,
So
because you're
every
not
time,
living in the body, so it's eventually going to run out. Yeah.
exactly. And so every time like she takes the substance, like Demi Moore gets older each time, and like the longer like she stays in the younger body, like her body, like her real body starts decaying. And so the younger body decides that she's not gonna ever go back to the older body, and like things happen. It's a really like gross movie, like gross gory movie.
Yeah, because
and
like here's the thing that I'm thinking.
Uh-huh.
You need that body to have the bone marrow. So if you don't have the bone marrow, what happens to your body?
it just shrivels up. But
No, I mean like the little body.
oh, okay, so the younger body, it like starts like you start to get dizzy. You can't like you're like basically gonna start dying. Like your nose starts bleeding and stuff, so you need that substance. So you have to eventually go back. Like there's no way that you can live without the bone marrow from the older
Decrepit
body.
little body.
Yeah. So actually, I know Tyler's not gonna watch it. Laura, I don't know if you'll watch it, but I just
This sounds like something I'm not going to watch.
Okay. So spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you what happens at the end. So basically at the end, somehow both of them are alive at the same time, because she like the older body like kills the younger one, because she's like, "Oh my gosh, the younger one is trying to kill me and I need to get rid of her." But
But it's the same person.
yeah, it's the same person. It makes no sense. Like this so this part like I didn't like, because it was like kind of starting to not make sense. But that she kills the younger one. Then she realizes, "Oh my gosh, no, I can't have this. Like I need to go back. Like I need to be young. Like I have my show tonight." So then she like wakes the younger one up, and then by like making her drink her blood. And
Makes sense because of bone marrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then
guess.
yeah.
But I thought that the other body was old and decrepit, so I don't know how we're getting blood out of it.
No, I don't know. Oh, like I think the longer that one was, the younger one was dead, like she started to rejuvenate a little, but it wasn't making sense, like because she still looked old. And so the younger one wakes up and the old one is awake at the same time, but they're still the same person somehow, and the younger one ends up killing the old one. And the younger one like goes to the show, and like she's like looking all pretty, and she's wearing this beautiful dress and everything. And they're like, "Okay, 10 minutes and we're gonna start." And she fucking like her teeth start falling out, her ear is falling off, like her body's just like like falling apart. And so she's like, oh my gosh, I have like the original serum that made the substance. I can do it again. But this is like the younger one. This is not the original body. Like, this is not going to work. So she goes and she puts the substance in, and then Margaret Qualley's back opens up, and then this thing comes out of it, and it's like this big monster.
You know what? I just might watch this. It sounds funny.
It's funny.
So a monster comes out.
Yeah, then a monster comes out, but it's still the same person. It's still Demi Moore. Even her face is like, her face is on there now. Like, Demi Moore's face is somehow on the monster. Like, because it's so deformed, because it's both Margot Qualley and Demi Moore. But Demi Moore's like whole face is like the armpit, basically. And so when they put the dress on, you can't see her. And she still wants to host the show, so she goes out and she's like, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, everyone. This is the New Year's show, but it's a monster. And so and the audience is just like quiet. The audience is so quiet, and
they don't know that Demi Moore is in the armpit.
No.
Okay.
And then they go, someone stands up and goes, or no, someone like stands up like randomly, like she says good evening, everyone, and everyone's just staring, like it's like shocked, and this woman just gets up and goes, starts screaming. And then this man gets up and he's like, the monster. Like, just the monster, like I don't and then another woman stands up and screams, and they're like, shoot the monster! Like, someone gets up and goes, shoot the monster! And then, like, the same thing is, and people just, like, start standing up, and women are screaming, and men are standing up and going, the monster needs to die! Like, it's just so stupid. And so people, like, all these men come up and try to fight the monster, and, like, it's... because it's a monster, like someone like gets a machete from somewhere or like a sword or something.
We have a machete at this filming of the show. Okay, metal detectors don't exist.
Then they like cut off the arm because it's a monster. It starts to rejuvenate. Like another part of the monster comes out.
Did they take off Demi Moore's face, or was this a different arm?
No, like somehow they ripped off the dress, and then like Demi Moore's face is shown, but she's just like her mouth is just open. She can't do anything except for open her mouth. And so then
oh, we're not done. Okay.
No. So then
we've cut off the monster's arm and it's rejuvenating.
Yeah.
Why would that be the end of the movie, Laura?
No.
Regrowth.
and it starts bleeding all over the room, and everyone gets covered in blood. There's blood everywhere. There's blood everywhere, guys. Okay, and then like finally, I don't know. I forgot what happened. There was a lot going on. That is just
a lot.
Oh, she started because she wasn't getting the substance from Margaret Qualley, because Margaret Qualley is like falling apart.
Oh, she's still falling apart. Okay.
I think she was still falling apart. I think it starts falling apart, and then somehow like it explodes, and
the monster.
Yeah, the monster explodes outside, or someone shoots the monster and it explodes. I forgot. I was like, at that point, I was like, okay, there's like, it just keeps going. And so like, I think I started looking at my phone, and then it was just like a blob, and like the face was on the floor, and like somehow it could like move, and she like landed on her like star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and and then
Tyler's laughing like this is the funniest movie he's ever seen in my life. I can't believe that somebody like in their right, like I can't believe that someone in their mind said this is like a really good idea for a movie.
Yeah.
And then made this movie and wrote it down and gave it to someone, and someone said, yeah, let's make this movie. And I'm sitting over here with talent. And I don't understand why no one wants to make my movies.
I am so excited to watch this.
No, I thought it was really funny. So like the reason why like Tyler's like laughing so it was funny at the end, like it just got stupid, and so that's why I liked it. Like I know a lot of people probably like didn't like it, probably, but me and Nick, we like.
I don't know
kind
how
of enjoyed
anybody
it.
could like it.
Me and Nick enjoyed
From
it.
what I'm
Kind of.
hearing,
It was like a different
she somehow
movie.
exploded onto her Hollywood Star Walk of Fame, and the faces were just there with it. Like I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
You ready to
Oh.
be even more mad?
Okay.
Yeah.
It made almost double its budget.
What was the budget?
The budget was 17.5 million. It made
Oh, wow.
31.4.
Actually, a decent amount for a horror movie.
I liked it. Like
Okay, so what streaming platform is this on?
It's on Prime, but you have to rent it, and right now it's kind of expensive
Oh.
to rent. Yeah, so just wait a
I'm
little
not paying
bit.
any amount of money for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay for it, but
Okay.
I'm excited to see it on something else.
I will spend exactly $0 on that. Yeah, all I have to say to that is someone hire me. I'm way better than that.
It's a 2.5 hour long movie. And
It's a 2.5 hour movie. This is 2.5 hours?
It's 2.5 hours. And Nick
That's
was like,
absurdly long for no reason.
yeah, Nick was like, okay, like halfway through, he was like, I like it, but it's like a Black Mirror episode, and it doesn't need to be this long. Like, it's getting a little bit too much. And I was like, yeah.
It feels like why is The Watchers an hour and 40 minutes?
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit artsy. Yeah, it's arts. It's kind of like the artsy movie, and so like there's a lot of like.
It sounds like an artsy movie. It sounds like an artsy fartsy movie that people were like, look at these fucking shots and look at this and look at that.
Exactly.
And it's like, I'm not watching a horror movie for that. And this is fucking absurd and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Someone seriously, please fucking hire me.
Oh, Ray Liotta was supposed to be Dennis Quaid's character.
Oh yeah,
Dennis
Quaid is in it.
Dennis Quaid is in it. I'm not. Fuck Dennis Quaid.
He plays a disgusting person. Like, he's so gross in it. And then it's him too, and he's even more disgusting. Yeah.
It was supposed to be Ray Liotta though.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have made it better.
Yeah, it would have made it better. He would have played that so good.
Oh, Ray, I'm so sorry.
I know.
We like you more than Dennis Quaid. We're ranking people
for sure.
here.
Should we be happy he didn't live to be in this movie?
Yeah, should we be excited for him?
I liked it, guys, and I thought Demi Moore looks beautiful. I saw some pictures of her. She looked a little weird before, but in this movie she looked beautiful, and I just thought, I don't know, I liked it. A little too long. Maybe you can break it up. I broke it up a little.
Too long? Sounds like a lot too long. An hour and a fucking half for that. 2.5 hours. 2.5 fucking hours.
Yeah.
That's not even worth a 90-minute movie.
And I was starting to fall asleep. They are really lucky I did not.
Okay, so that's substance.
I'm glad I could tell you the whole movie, and I hope you still go watch it. If you have start watching it at 7:00.
It's an after dinner movie.
Yeah, definitely an after dinner movie. Don't watch it before because it's very gory. It's very gross. They like zoom in on Dennis Quaid eating, and it like eating, I don't know, crawfish or something. It was so disgusting. I hated it. I didn't like that part.
I'm never gonna watch this. This is something that would absolutely piss me off. Because I can't believe that, like, the only reason that, like, this movie is made is because, like, someone knows someone somewhere and it's some sort of nepotism, and it's like, I am so much better than these people.
Yeah.
But just because you don't know my name means that I'm a nobody. But, like, I'm so much better than you. Like, somebody seriously give me a chance. Like, somebody anywhere, if you're listening to this, I am so much more talented than these people. Because I can't believe someone said, yeah, let's do that. Like, there has to be nepotism somewhere in there.
A lot of the names seemed French, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was reading. It's like a mix of like, what's it? England, USA, and France for like the production stuff like that.
I feel like that's set up.
They
for
filmed
a reason.
in France, so.
But I feel like that's all fake for a reason. I hate that. I believe that I should be hired for jobs. Someone, seriously, what the fuck?
I love it. I'm gonna watch it eventually, but I'm not gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I'd never pay money for it. All right, let's get out of here. Tyler, what's your motherfucking share time?
So I actually have a bit of a long one this time because it was something I've been looking forward to for about like 2 months now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So Stephanie, I don't know if you know who Jose Canseco is, but he's
Yeah.
former baseball player, did a lot of steroids, batshit insane now.
Mhm.
So
I think he did tax fraud or something like that too. Didn't he do tax evasion?
possibly
He was
I mean,
definitely in trouble for like the law for a minute.
His
wouldn't put it
daughter
past him.
dated one of the Paul brothers. Don't know which one.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah. And I know
She
her
was there
name was
too.
Josie.
But,
Oh.
yeah. But yeah, so like 2 months ago or something, I saw he was putting on a home run derby in Sugarland, which is just south of Houston.
Mhm.
And so I remember I texted Laura, I was like, this is going to be a shit show. And I need to go.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said to me. He said, if this is real and tickets are on sale, I'm buying them. And then tickets went on sale and he bought them.
Like
Yay!
3 weeks before it actually happened, tickets went on sale.
Oh,
But-
what the fuck?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like you could only get like it was like 3 weeks to get tickets. Like that's why we were like, I wonder if it's real.
Yeah. It was like, it's supposed to be, well, it was on October 5th. And like September 1st, like there's a thing saying like tickets and streaming announced soon. I'm like, they should be on sale. Like you should have this thing like set in stone already, but it's Jose Canseco. And just like as he announced more and more people who were like participating in it, I was like, this is going to be terrible, and I need to go. Like Antonio Brown was there, Riff Raff was there,
Riff
Raff was
Raff.
there.
Of course he was.
was it Johnny Manziel, just a bunch of fucking people that have no business playing baseball. And like I didn't even know most of the people, to be honest. There was like some couple rappers there.
Let me look this up.
The dude from The Bachelor was there.
Yeah, he was apparently like a last minute thing. Like I went with my dad and my friend's dad, and my friend's dad actually like parked next to him in the parking lot.
Okay.
And like the guy was like getting his stuff, and like he just started talking to him. He's just like, yeah, I actually like just got added to this like today, and like, he's like, oh, like I'll root for you. What's your name? And he's like, just root for Leo. He's like, okay. And so I'm just gonna work through the notes that I have here. For like the stars, like the national anthem and stuff, I put, so far we've had a bagpipe player, the announcer saying one name for a choir singing the national anthem.
Okay.
An introduction for a guy from SEAL Team 6 to throw the first pitch who took like 2 minutes to get to the mound, and nobody was there to catch him whenever he finally got there. So like one of like the production people had to just like catch the ball real quick. The announcer had no idea what he was doing, like did not know how to work a mic at all. You could hear things he was just saying to random people. And then he would
Again, why are these people hired and not me?
and then like he'd be talking and like nothing would happen. And so he'd just be like looking at the sound booth going like it would take like a minute for them to see that. Riff Raff got there late.
That sounds right.
Like they were already getting ready to start, and then the announcer's like, oh, Riff Raff finally got here. And so like we had to wait for him to make his way down to everybody else. Jose Canseco's twin brother was there. Apparently, he just
He had a
decided to
twin
show up
brother?
that day too. Yeah,
He's
Ozzy
a
Canseco.
twin.
Yep, looks exactly like him. Like same like muscles and everything. Is crazy.
I didn't know that. Maybe
Um,
he's a substance person.
I don't like he had
No,
a
it
little
was a
bit of.
joke because that's
Oh.
what the movie was.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, his was weird. Like he was hitting baseballs, but they were like underhanded to him, which I don't know how that helps him at all. Because like it's not like they're getting like
not easy
90 miles per hour. or
Underhand
anything like
ball,
that.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I don't know why he chose that, but Antonio Brown got 0 home runs, and then he got
Good.
he got one last pitch and actually hit it like into the outfield. and
Fuck
then
that
he
guy.
then proceeded to take off his shirt and run the bases.
Fuck
So
him.
fucking funny.
I hate Antonio Brown.
No, he fucking sucks as a person, but
Yeah. So
he
he can
entertains me.
jump off a cliff.
Is he the one that abused his wife, or is that someone else?
I mean, he definitely has some cases on him.
Yes.
He has a few cases.
He's an
on
abusive
him.
motherfucker.
It took about an hour to figure out the format of all this, and even then I still wasn't sure. Like, nobody came out and said like how things were going to go. They just
People just showed up, hitting
started
balls,
hitting.
and that's what it was.
Like all the baseball stars didn't actually come out until like the second round. And they had Josh Reddick, Rafael Palmetto, and then like some baseball YouTuber named Eric Sims, who got the biggest applause of the night. Like,
never heard of him a day in my life.
And then this is when Leo from The Bachelorette came and was a damn good hitter. He hit 25 home runs that round, and like the next high.
Fuck Leo.
Yeah, fuck Leo.
Him, but he's a good hitter.
Leo's the guy from Bachelor in Paradise that was like basically like stalking Kendall.
Yeah, and didn't he say like some rude shit to like a lot of the girls on the?
And then like left. Yeah. He went out and said like he basically did a fuck you, and left because nobody wanted to date him because he's creepy and weird, and you were stalking Kendall, and then like blamed all the women. And it's like, but you were creepy and were stalking Kendall. I don't know what you expected, but fuck women. So fuck that guy.
Yeah.
No, dude sucks, but he can hit. So there's some guy they just kept referring to him as the Natural. Don't know his name. That's just what they called him.
Fantastic.
He was the one that ended up winning and got to face Jose Canseco, which I was like trying to figure out. Like,
Jose Canseco was like the final boss.
Yep. And the caveat of all this was it all stemmed from him challenging Aaron Judge that Jose Canseco can hit a softball further than Aaron Judge could hit a baseball. So Jose Canseco got to hit softballs. The other guy got to hit baseballs. I'm like, this is such bullshit, and I knew
this is exactly what I
like
expected from Jose Canseco.
Yep. That turned out the Natural, whatever the fuck his actual name is, like won it pretty much, and they gave him a wrestling belt.
Not a trophy, a wrestling belt.
Yeah, no, just a wrestling belt that said like home run derby champion or something like that. I really wasn't expecting a lot of people to be there, but like, because I was expecting Houston to still be playing in the playoffs. But even with them out, there was like nobody there. It was like maybe 200-300 people.
Yeah, I was expecting about 200 people. So
when you're advertising just 3 weeks before an event, like that's not really smart.
No, that's why I was excited about this, is because like I knew it wasn't going to go well at all.
It didn't.
I wanted to see it.
It went how I expected it to go.
There's this one guy on the field the whole time, like he just had like a batting helmet on, like fur, like trench coat kind of thing, and just had like some stick that he was like walking around with. And like he kept like getting into places like he was like about to do some like event in between rounds, and then they would just come and like move him off the field. And like you could tell like he was like coked out of his mind or something.
Love
like that.
I expected that most of them were coked out of their minds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like they definitely had some coke in the back.
And then
just let him play a little.
He was getting so mad too. It was great. But I finally found him on Instagram. Turns out he's just some comedian, but he's just hanging out the whole time. Didn't really do anything other than walk around in a fur coat. And I don't think my dad or my friend's dad had as much fun as I did.
I would agree with that. I don't think anybody had as much fun as you did.
There's people like leaving like in the second round, like they passed by in front of us and like straight up told like my parents like so unorganized. Like,
what did you expect?
What'd you come here for, man? That's why I'm here.
I don't know why you thought it would be an organized event for Jose Canseco.
Yeah. I guess people don't like follow him like the way I do.
Right.
So maybe
That's
other
probably
people
what it
don't
is.
know
People don't
he's-
exactly understand who Jose Canseco still is.
Yeah. They don't know how batshit insane he is, like offering trips to go find UFOs and Bigfoot. And just putting the like number out for his agent on fucking Twitter all day and shit. Maybe
He
I'm
is
the
a
only one that
human.
enjoys that.
He is a human. I'm happy for you.
I was so happy. I was so like giddy afterwards and stuff like that.
Tyler, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you were the person who enjoyed it the most.
Oh yeah,
And you were the person who loved it the most. You were the one who expected what you got.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Like everybody
Good for
had like
you.
expectation, and you had expectation.
And like
Yeah.
I could have like apparently just gone on the field and like met everybody involved in shit. Like we walked in, there's like people like signing all this shit and like getting like lanyards and stuff. And I'm like, wonder what that's for. And I just like kept walking. And then all of a sudden, like everybody that was in the crowd was on the field. I'm just like, oh, that's what that's for. I was like, I don't want to know how much they're charging for that.
Yeah,
So no, I'm not gonna do that.
not worth
much?
it.
How much were these tickets?
We paid $55 each, and like we had good seats. Like it was like some special area that they had like really like roomy
$55
seats
for VIP.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they were like roomy seats with like leg room in between. They spun
Okay.
around.
Okay.
We had like a waitress to like bring us like food and beers and stuff.
Oh my god, I love
Okay.
And I'm like,
that.
oh,
That's
okay,
worth
cool.
it. Yeah.
And like they were like half the price, like just one row in front of us were. And I'm just, like those were just regular seats where you're all like cramped together and stuff. So I was
Yeah.
just like, I think we won this one.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, good for
Yeah.
you.
I had a good
Happy
time.
for you.
Okay, well, that was something to end it on.
Again, I know I'm
Maybe
the only
Taylor
one
should
who
have gone
enjoyed this.
first. All right. So let's get into our shows. We are about to only watch Survivor, which I think is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So let's just run through Big Brother real quick. Basically, since we last saw you, Rubina went home, which was pretty much expected. I don't think anybody really cares. I skipped like 3 episodes. I'm going to be honest with you. I skipped a couple episodes
Yeah.
because what did I really care? So
think I
Rubina
did
went home, which
too.
was expected. Then they did. So then it was Cam, Chelsea, and MJ. They did the final HOH. Chelsea won the first part. MJ won the second part, which everyone expected.
Mhm.
Because Cam, okay.
Can't
Do you
win a
want to
thing to
F
save his
me?
life.
I'm not sure about that. So basically, the jury roundtable had a different host. Usually it's Dr. Will, and he's been doing it like forever. But he didn't do it this time, and Taylor ended up doing it. And Taylor Hale won a couple seasons ago.
Mhm.
I think she did okay. I'm not going to judge her because it was her first roundtable. I'm sure that like things were very new and she didn't really know what to do. They also probably cut out a lot, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I kind of wish that she didn't just read off of the cards. Like I wish that she like give and take a little bit with them, like Dr. Will used to do a little bit. Like when they would say something, he would like counter it with
Mhm.
something else. I felt like she kind of stuck to her cards a little bit. But again, it was her first time and they probably cut out a lot. So I'm not really going to judge her on that. And I love her. So I'd rather see her than a lot of other people.
I skipped all that.
Yeah. Taylor means something to me. Doesn't mean anything to you too. Like you guys didn't watch her. You don't know anything about her. Like,
She was in reindeer games, but like I didn't know enough about her to like
yeah.
about any of them honestly to like care.
She
Yeah.
was, she was good in that though. Like I enjoyed watching her on Rainbow
Yeah.
Games. So
Yeah. So I think that she was a good choice. I'm not going to judge her because again, like I think that like I give everything a first season, so let's give her a first season.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wish that she did like give and take with them a little bit more. That's my one like criticism for it. But other than that, I think she was great. I was a bitter Betty because I had football overrun, so everybody was watching live, and I was like 10 minutes behind, so I was a little bit bitter.
I would have been bitter.
I actually have a real issue with CBS making it for Sunday, knowing that that was going to happen. Because I didn't get to watch the finale live, like I was technically 10 minutes behind. So I'm actually a little bit pissed off at CBS for doing that.
I blame you.
Yeah, like cool. Like I can't go on my Twitter or say anything because I'm going to spoil things because I'm 10 minutes behind. Fuck you, actually. So CBS, fuck you. That's exactly who I should blame. No one was shocked that Rubina came into that final table.
No.
Yeah. So basically part 3 of the HOH is played live, and MJ and Chelsea were neck and neck, and then MJ ended up winning. And MJ stupidly brings Chelsea.
I don't know why she would do that.
Loyalty.
And stupidity, delusion.
I do want to give MJ a moment because she's 22. I don't think that she understood what Chelsea was doing the entire game. I think that she was very stupid to what I don't know if stupid's the right word, but I think she was very very stupid to what Chelsea was doing the entire time. Like I don't think she understood that Chelsea was doing all of this. You and Chelsea weren't doing this.
Yeah.
And I think that's really why she picked Chelsea, because she's like, oh, it'll be like a fight or something like that. And I'm just going to like blow Cam out of the water. And it was never.
There was no competition.
There was never going to be a competition. Like the moment she picked her, she lost. And she ended up losing unanimously. Chelsea won unanimously. She's actually, I think, the first woman to win unanimously. So good for her.
Hell yeah.
I think that there's only been like 4 people that have won unanimously.
That's
and
cool.
She's one of them. So I would like to give Chelsea her props here. She started pissing me off at the end, but it was also just because I'm not religious and it got a little preachy.
We knew if she won, that was what was going to happen.
Yeah. So basically, Chelsea wins. She did a really good job at her final performance, like her final jury performance. I think she did a really good job. She did really well articulating what she did. She got like specifics. I think she did a really good job. MJ never stood a chance. And MJ pretty much said it on her like final statement. She was like, I know that I'm not as good of a speaker as Chelsea. And it's like, you didn't play the game as good as Chelsea. Like, Angela even voted for her, which I thought Angela was going to be bitter and vote for MJ just because. So I'm happy that didn't happen. And then we get to the end and we get America's favorite player. And for some unknown reason, everyone in the world likes Tucker except for us.
I don't get it.
I don't like Tucker. I don't like him. I just found out that he's friends with Kyle Chan and the Toms. So he's a fucking ferret too, as far as I'm concerned. And I say that with my entire chest because anybody who hangs out with those two as friends are fucking ferrets. And that's just the way it is. You're spineless weasels if you're hanging out with those two. Because you're definitely yes men, because there's no possible way that they have friends that are telling them criticism. So you're a spineless weasel. You're a fucking ferret. That's how I feel about that. Also, he was like coked out, and I don't want to say that because I'm going to start a rumor, but what the fuck was his voice?
Why was he talking like that? Like so nasally.
He like had like this voice on him, like he was like trying to be Jim Carrey, and it was so fucking weird.
So I skipped all that too, but like that's just how he talked the whole fucking season.
No, this was different.
This was different. Worse. No, this was like at a like extreme level. Like
he was doing it on purpose. Like he had his nasal voice. He was like, being over the top with it,
Literally
like
like that.
the whole
Yeah.
time. And then it was like the nasal voice, and he was just like trying to be Jim Carrey, and it was very annoying. And I don't like him, and I don't understand why people voted for him. He wasn't a good player, and I'm sick and tired of people acting like he was. He was chaotic, and he made terrible decisions every chance he can. Just because that's good TV doesn't mean he's a good Big Brother player.
Yeah.
And he's also being a brat on the show. Like, I don't know how anyone watches that and like they're like, oh yeah, I like that guy. Like, how?
It makes no sense because they make fun of brats all the time, but then was like fine with this one.
That's why we're getting a second Trump term. Anyways.
Oh my God, don't say that out loud.
Don't put that into the existence.
Oh my God.
Just
I
got
flat
so
out, I
stressed
can't.
out.
Honestly, that
I
was my
can't.
thought as soon as I saw he won. I'm like, yeah, like this makes sense. This is America.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally right.
God. I can't believe that you put that into the universe. Can I tell you something? So I flat out told Keenan, my boyfriend, we've been together for like 6 years. I flat out said to him, I was like, if you want to stay in this country, like you have to marry me and claim ownership of me because I'm not being breeding stock for these people. I'm not letting these people have any say in anything. You're having say in me. Like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be so fucking for real. If you're a female and you're voting for Donald Trump, I think you are probably one of the dumbest people to hit the fucking place of
I don't
like,
understand.
the face of the earth. Honestly, I do not get what the fuck. Like, you were told that women don't matter and like you're fine with giving up your vote. You're fucking dumb, and I can't be nice about it anymore.
Yep.
I genuinely can't be nice about it anymore. Like it's I'm gonna say it out loud with my chest.
Say it.
For the people that are sitting here going, I don't see the difference between two candidates, and the ones that are saying, I don't know her policy. And for all of those people that are saying that, I would like to say that you are trying to figure out a reason not to vote for the Black woman. It could be
Yeah.
because you're sexist. It could be because you're racist. But you're trying to find a reason because I know her policy and I know Donald Trump's policies, even though I think that he's the worst person and I hate his guts. But for some reason, I know everybody's platform, but you don't. So it's giving, I don't want to vote for the Black woman.
Yep.
And you need to figure out where your unconscious bias is coming from and go fucking fix it. Because frankly, if you're voting for Donald Trump, you're not a good fucking person. Because one, you are the racist, homophobic, sexist piece of shit like he is. And you relate to him and you're excited to vote for him because someone's using their voice to have these awful opinions like you do. Or you've chosen to ignore it because it doesn't affect you. Either way, you're a piece of shit and I'm tired of being nice about it.
And there's no reason to say I don't know like their policies because like we
You can go
spend
look it
all
up.
of our fucking time on this.
Yeah.
Just
Like
fucking
there's
Google
like
it.
she literally put out a PDF of like 80 something pages about how she's going to help the middle class, and you're going to tell me that you don't know her policy because you're not wanting to go learn about it because you're trying to find a reason not to vote for her. And the two candidates are not the fucking same. And if you're not going to vote for her because of the genocide in fucking Palestine, I'm here to tell you that Donald Trump is talking about leveling Gaza and putting beachfront properties on the Gaza Strip. So I don't understand where the fuck you're coming from, but I'm really sick and tired of these people on fucking TikTok talking with their chests out when it's clear not a single one of them is fucking red. Fucking illiterate twats. I'm done with it. I'm done being nice about it. This is me on Lexapro. I'm done being nice about it.
But she does it with a smile.
Yep.
Like honestly, like leave that in there because I'm done with it. Like I really am. Like I've hit my limit, I've hit my point, and I'm fucking over it. I'm done. Like this is where I stand on it. If you have a problem with that, don't fucking listen to me. I don't give a fuck. You're a piece of shit. Why do I want a piece of shit to listen to me? Okay, that's a
Me too.
Trump loving MAGA fuck who it's so funny how they sit here and they're like, oh, we're patriots, even though you want to torch the Constitution, which the Constitution is what makes America America. But sure, you're the fucking patriot.
Right?
Okay.
Right? Oh my god, you fucking hypocrites.
It's absolutely fucking absurd. You people are not cemented in reality. You do not live in the same world as everybody else. You live in a world where Donald Trump is the only person not fucking lying to you, and I'm not about to be a part of Nazi fucking Germany. I'm not doing this.
I'm so scared. Like, oh my god.
It's terrifying. Like, let's talk about the mass deportation thing for a second, right? Here's the thing that gets me. Everybody's like, yeah, deport everybody. Rah, 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 right? Okay, so as we're doing this, I'm sitting here going, okay, there are 13.3 million illegal immigrants in this country. I don't give a fuck what fucking number he's saying 20 million come across the fucking border every day. I don't give a fuck what number that is. That's not real. The real number is there are 13.3 million undocumented immigrants here. Period, point blank, in the motherfucking third. You can't make that up. Okay? We only have housing and like ICE centers for 40,000 people. So you want to deport all of these people, but we only have space for 40,000 people, right? So now what do we have to do? Oh, we have to make internment camps with makeshift things, and we have to feed them. Because here's the thing. You can't just send people away because you want to. There's legal proceedings that have to happen. You need a removal order to even send these people somewhere, okay? So while all of this is happening for 13.3 million people, we are housing 13.3 million people on our tax-paying money. We are sitting here having all of these legal proceedings on our tax-paying money. On top of all of that, we then have to go send them to another country. But here's the thing, the countries where they're originally from, they don't want them back. So we have to go find another fucking nation to send them to. And do you think that nation is going to take them with no fucking money? No, we're going to have to pay them to take our fucking immigrants. So this mass deportation thing is the dumbest fucking shit in the world, because you guys are going, oh, I want my eggs to be cheaper. But you're willing to pay how much money in taxes to get rid of a bunch of people? And then on top of that, let's say we get rid of all of them. And then all of a sudden, where are my bananas in the fucking food store? And where are my strawberries in the food store? And why don't I have any of this produce anymore? Oh, right, because I wanted to get rid of all the illegal immigrants because I'm this close to screaming, let's spread the Aryan race. And I'm not taking any part of this, and I'm sick and tired of not fucking saying it. I'm done. And leave all that in there. I'm so serious. I'm done. I really am. Like, I'm saying it with my chest out. I'm done with it.
I wish you could talk to so many, like, I wish people would listen there's people really need to hear that, because I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, everything I said is a fucking fact, but you're not going to believe me because I'm not Donald Trump. Do you understand that you would drink the Kool-Aid? That's a Jim Jones reference. If you don't get that, you dumb motherfuckers. I'm serious. I can't do it.
So Tucker won America's favorite.
Yeah, and so he's probably a Trump supporter.
I don't think he is a Trump supporter.
No, I'm just starting a rumor. Okay?
But he is really fucking annoying, and I just don't understand how he won. If I were Rabina and I came out to him acting like that,
she loves it.
I would be like, what the fuck?
They're like, oh, the fucking Twitter together. Like, she loves it. They're together. And, like, everybody loves them together. And I'm like, this is fucking vomit-inducing. I can't do it. And it has nothing to do with Rubina and everything to do with him, okay?
Yeah. No, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Oh, goodness.
Even Chemo early on was like, yeah, Tucker's hot. And I'm just like, what are you seeing?
I don't understand where everybody is coming from that with. That man is not attractive in any way, shape, or form. It's because, like, I'm looking at Cam and I'm looking at him and I was like, and this is why I think half of you are racist.
Yeah.
Because Cam is so much better looking than that man.
Yeah.
And this is why I think half of you are racist. Like, I mean, you are giving me the reasons. You are doing these things to make me think like this. It's not me just coming up with arbitrary shit in the top of my fucking head, okay? You are doing these things and saying these things that make me think this.
Tucker reminds me of a cartoon.
Stop giving me ammo. What did you say? I'm sorry.
He reminds me of a cartoon porcupine, and not a cute one. Like, a little annoying one.
Yeah, like he's a little fucking gremlin.
Yes.
Only not like Gizmo. Like, it's when you don't feed him or when you feed him after midnight.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm sorry, Tucker, that I had to go in on you like that. Okay, listen. Tucker,
Nah,
I'm
he
sorry
sucks.
that I
It's
went in
fine.
on you like that.
You're absolutely so annoying and so extra. I'm so sorry. I hate that you got on the show because you're gonna keep coming back.
Oh my god. Like, oh my god, we're gonna like have to live with this guy forever.
Yeah, we are gonna have to live with this man forever. What the fuck?
All we did as an audience is just encourage him to do it more. And
I know.
Not
And
us.
to cast
Not
more
us.
Yeah,
people
it's
like
not-
him.
That's why I said
Our-
we as an audience. Like,
Our hands are clean over here in this podcast, though.
But nobody listens to us.
they gave him money twice.
They did give him money
Twice.
twice. And they shouldn't have given him money the first time because what the fuck?
He made what, $70,000 just being an annoying piece of shit?
Yeah,
Oh my
basically.
God. So he didn't even have to get to jury, and
Nope.
he made more. He made almost as much money as MJ made.
I know. Okay, that's Big Brother.
The season started so good.
I know, and then it really went
That's
downhill.
so boring.
Really went downhill.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna keep living the high of that first, like most of it. Like it was really like the final 6-7 where it got like bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So on to Survivor, because at least that was fun. I pissed so many people off.
You no
Like
way.
that whole Big Brother segment. Like not only did I like talk mad shit about Tucker, who they all love, but I also talk mad shit about MAGA people, which is gonna piss a lot of people off. Like that whole moment was me just making people mad.
You know what? It's going to be engagement on TikTok. That's all that matters.
That's fucking right. That's fucking right. That's what we're here with now. Negative attention is attention.
Oh God, we're Tucker.
Oh,
Fuck.
don't say that.
Stephanie's cringing.
I'm just here to set
Okay.
y'all off today.
We're here to make problematic behavior.
Yesterday we drove by this house. Me and my friend Julia drove by a house, and it had like all these Halloween decorations. And I was like, "Oh my god, that house is so cute!" And she went, "That house is not so cute. They're MAGA supporters. They have scary stuff out there all year. They have like they have pro-choice signs out there and
That's
Trump signs
fucking right.
out there." And she's like, "We don't like that house." And I was like, "We don't like that house. That
So I
house."
don't know if you guys still have this, but we do because I'm from New Jersey, so like abortion isn't illegal here. And so we still have protesters outside of like this one abortion clinic that I have outside, like around my neighborhood. Man, I flip them off every single time I go by them.
Good.
And like literally Heenan's like, please don't do that when I'm in the car, because I'll like roll down the window and like put my arm out the window and flip them off.
If I were in the car with you, I'd roll down mine. And give him a piece of my mind.
So when he's in the car, I just do it like through the windshield, but I'm like fully extended and like making eye contact with them, because if you know that someone's staring at you, you tend to look. So I stare at them with my middle finger, hoping that they do in fact see.
Oh my gosh, I would do it too. Fuck
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's how I feel about that. I'm very on the stance of somebody else getting an abortion has nothing to do with you. You don't have to
Exactly.
believe in abortion. You don't have to get an abortion. But to sit here and tell people what they're supposed to do with their lives is where I have a problem, and I can't believe more people don't have a problem with that.
Especially when those same people are usually the ones saying, I don't want the government involved in my life. And it's like,
Yeah.
but you want them involved in other people's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't want them involved in my life because I want to live my life the way that I want to live my life, but I also want you to live your life the way I want you to live your life. And that's why we have Christian fascists taking over our government.
Yep.
Thank you.
Make it stop, guys. We need to make it stop. This is ridiculous. Like, someone getting an abortion, someone who needs an abortion, who cannot support a baby, or for whatever reason they don't want a baby.
I'm going to be
does
so
not
fucking for real.
affect
I'm going to be
me.
so fucking for real. If you have an abortion because you don't want to give birth, if you have an abortion because you just don't want a baby, you're allowed to eat that baby out of your uterus.
Yes, you're allowed to not
That's
want
a good
baby.
enough reason for me. I don't want to
Yeah.
have the baby. That's a good enough reason for me.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to explain it to anybody. Just
Yeah.
Nope. And I'm going to let you guys know something right now. 9 times out of 10, you all know someone who has gotten an abortion. They just don't feel like they can trust you with that. So you have people in your life that have gotten an abortion. They just don't tell you because they don't trust you. Just
And
so
you know
you
what?
know.
I know someone who got an abortion. We were in high school, and she's over here preaching Trump. Fuck you. You are a hypocrite.
Yep. Because now you're saying that women can't have access to that.
Mhm.
And they can't have access to healthcare. And for all those people that are like, oh, well, it's the doctors, then you're trying to like mansplain it to me.
Mhm.
I just want to say that the doctors are leaving because they don't want to lose their medical license. It's
Yeah.
not because they want to, it's because they're
Yeah.
going to lose their medical license that they've spent a lot of money to go get. So, yes, they're going to leave.
Mhm.
That's your fault. That's not my fault. That's your fault.
Every year, I've always given money to the like women's surgical center
Mhm.
for abortions
Mhm.
in Texas, and
Good for
this
you.
year is the first year they're not on there, and so I did some money to Planned Parenthood, even though they can't give abortions. They don't have the other one anymore, and then an animal rescue because like we don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know where my money went the rest of this year. That's what I allocated my money to last year. So
It's very sad, and women are about to when you look at Texas, infant mortality rate and maternal mortality rate have
Mhm.
skyrocketed.
Mhm.
They're showing you that they don't care about women, which is why I'm calling you stupid. Like they just consistently show that they want us to be Gilead.
Yep.
So, yeah, okay, so Survivor.
Oh.
Me and Stephanie. Here's the thing: Tyler's a white man. Me and Stephanie, we're women.
Yeah.
Stephanie's not fully white.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of opinions about things because the two of us are the ones that are going to be affected.
Yes, very much.
I stand in solidarity. I can't really say anything. So
That's right. That's right. And that's how more white men should act.
I agree.
And more
It doesn't
white men
apply to
should
you, so
hear.
fuck down.
Yeah, but listen, open your listening ears and listen to what we're saying, and process to what we're saying. Like listen and process and understand.
But then they
And
get
then you'll
offended when we
see.
call them misogynistics, but then they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we can just grab women by the pussy. And it's like, and you're wondering why we say this.
I thought for sure when I heard that, like when I heard that come out, I was like, hell yeah, he lost all the women vote. No.
No.
Some women even liked it. Someone even
I'm gonna be really I can't. Okay. So Survivor was great.
Yeah.
Last week, Sue got an idol and it fell from a tree and splattered blood literally everywhere. And she's like going and saying to people like, oh, it's fine, I just cut myself with a machete. And it's like, you're covered in this red paint, girl. And so everybody's like, where is it? And she's like, oh, it's fine. And it's like, why what the fuck?
They like slightly insinuated that she was like self-harming because they'd like just lost the competition or something like that, right?
Yeah.
When she found it.
They were like
I'm
seriously
worried about
working
Sue.
sure. Yeah. Like they were like seriously like questioning if she was like cutting herself with the machete. Because they were like, she's covered in blood. And it's like she's like, I'm just gonna rinse it off at the water well. I'm like, what are you doing?
We drink out of here.
Yeah, like why?
It was so just Sue, what the fuck? Anyway, so then we have Rome looking for idols, and then somebody else went to go look for idols, and he decided to follow them around. So I would hate to be in a tribe with Rome. I would be targeting Rome. I would want Rome the fuck away from me.
It was Saul that he was following around, wasn't it?
It was Saul. If I'm Saul, here's the thing. I couldn't ever be on a tribe with someone like Rome because I can't hold my tongue. And he would have pissed me off so much that I would have been like, you need to get the fuck away from me, you fucking motherfucker.
Yep.
Listen to the voice coming out of my mouth right now. I don't know if you're doing this because I'm a woman, but the fuck out of my fucking face.
Mhm.
Game or not, he's getting punched. Like,
Oh
Yeah.
God, like,
kudos to Saul for like putting up with that.
I don't know
oh
how.
God, I know. So they do the challenge, and Red loses horribly because Rome is sitting there doing the puzzle by himself and just putting the same puzzle piece in every single spot, and Genevieve is just handing him pieces, and Soul's going, "That's not it. That's not it. That's not it." And this is what we have going on. And so Red obviously loses. Andy, Teeny, and Carolyn go on the adventure, and Teeny's like, I don't want to fucking go on the fucking adventure. So basically, Teeny loses her vote.
Mm-hmm.
The whole tribe is like talking about getting rid of Rome, because Rome then threatens Soul.
Mm-hmm.
They tell Teeny the plan, which is what gets her into a little bit of hot water, but she doesn't have a vote, so she can't really do anything. Genevieve decides that she wants Rome over Keyshawn to stay. And so she uses Rome to use the steal a vote. And so basically Saul has to vote with them because they have 3 votes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like for all those people on Twitter that were like, oh, Genevieve had them vote together. No, the fuck she didn't.
Fucking hate her.
What happened was she got Rome to use his steal a vote.
Mhm.
And the 3 of them voted, and Soul pretty much said, looks like I'm voting with you because what else am I supposed to do? Because Teeny doesn't have a vote.
Yep.
And that's what happened. There was nothing that Genevieve did that got Saul to vote with them. I'm
No.
tired of that narrative. This is why I hate the people on fucking Twitter. Because no one has any brain cells, I feel like. I pissed a lot of people off there too. Anyway. It ends up being that Keyshawn goes home. He was super blindsided along with Teeny. I found it a terrible move. Like I understand why Genevieve wanted Rome because she felt like Rome was more loyal to her over Saul. But here's the other thing. You have to deal with Rome's ego. And we've seen Rome's ego in 3 of the challenges already, where he wanted to take charge of the puzzle. He wanted to do the balance beam. He wanted to do this. He wanted to do that. So now you have this guy with a super ego who just thinks that he can do everything and just wants to do everything. And Soul is probably better, or Teeny's probably better, or Keyshawn's probably better, but you can't have an argument with the guy because of his ego. So that is incredibly hard to work with. And I would not want to be anywhere near him.
Yeah. And it's all because like Keyshawn like threw her name out as like the fake vote.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole reason this happened.
Yeah. And it was like,
come on.
it's like, I understand how that like is a bad thing, right? Like I get how that's a bad thing. Like you don't want to be that person. But at the end of the day, you need to get people loyal to you. So if you sit here and say like, okay, whatever, and you go along with it, you're going to have more loyalty out of Keyshawn and Teeny allowing you to be the plan than you're ever going to get from Rome with his little ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Keyshawn did say like, you know, like, yeah, like I'll get rid of Genevieve. But like she didn't know that. Nobody knew that. Like that was just like him in the camera.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know like why all of a sudden that like just flipped a switch in her and she's like, I gotta get rid of him.
Yeah.
But it was not
it was paranoia.
It was not a good move.
It wasn't a good move. I don't think it was a good move. A lot of people think it was a good move. I think it was a dumb fucking move. So then we get to week 2 this week. And Teeny did what she was supposed to do when Rome was like, did you know about the plan? And she was like, yeah, but I had no vote. What was I supposed to do? And he's like, you should have told me about the plan. And she's like, what was I supposed to do? If it didn't work out and I told you about it, like all of a sudden, like what was I supposed to do? Like my hands were tied.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up for Teeny until the end of time because
I love Teeny.
Yeah.
Teeny grew up like 20 minutes from me. So I'm going to root for Teeny until the end of time. Teeny can do no wrong. I'm absolutely biased for Teeny. And that's just the way it is.
I like her. She's cool.
She's been fun to watch.
I'm gonna come right out and say what my bias is though.
Yeah.
And it is that I will root for Teenie until the end. I don't care what bad move she makes. I will sit here and justify it in my mind for her.
And that's perfectly okay.
Because, I mean, if you don't root for somebody who lives 20 minutes from you when you live in like a super small town, like literally, like I live in a very small town, okay? So this girl is 20 minutes away from me. Why? And from like not a big town either. So why would I not root for my girl? Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I live in a big city, and I'm going to still root for someone who lives in my city. So I totally get it.
Like, and now imagine that there's even less people than that, and it's a small town where you grew up, and it's a small town
true.
where they grew up.
Yeah.
We went to the same beach, okay? Like we went to Long Beach Island. I probably passed her somewhere in life. I just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so why would I not? I love you, girl. I'm here for you. If you guys have that finale party like you did the premiere party, I'm fucking there, bitch.
That you thought was going to be every week.
That was my mom. That was my mom. My mom says, "Oh, they're having watch parties every Wednesday," and she sends me the article, and I was like, "Mom, there's a literal date."
I'm so glad you saw that before y'all went.
Yeah.
Because we would have shown up.
Yeah.
And then my mom would have been like, "Oh," in public. Yeah, but I'm there. I'm like totally there, and I'll record it, and hopefully, I know people who know her. Like I actually like people that like I really know her, and so I'm hoping that like one of them will be there, and I can like meet her.
That would be so cool.
That's what like my goal is, to be honest with you, because like I have like a list of people, and I'm like, if you're there, I know you'll get me to introduce.
Has she been doing like watch parties or anything?
She had one for the premiere. But no, I don't think so. Like I haven't seen anything.
Just walk up. Hi, I'm Laura. I have a podcast. Will you be on it?
Like literally, like we have mutual friends. Like I grew up in Tuckerton. Like could we actually like?
I would be so starstruck.
I'm telling you right now, if I said like I grew up in Tuckerton, she would be like, "Oh my god," because we come from small towns. Okay.
Yep.
She's been to Tuckerton, I'm sure. So basically the first challenge was a reward where they basically like swapped tribes and like had like a little social hour where people got to like talk to people not on their tribe. Teenie was the only one who won out of her. Teenie's my main character. Teenie's the only one who won on her tribe. So she was like, "Oh, I'm going to tell people shit." And so she really forged like really good relationships with people. I was also really excited that Kyle was there because Kyle's also left out of his tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get to that a little bit more. And so I'm like really excited, and I hope the two of them pair up because I'm like, these are my main characters.
I like Kyle.
Yeah.
So Rome ends up getting himself into hot water, which now makes Genevieve think that she made the wrong move last week, which she did.
What?
So Rome tells Genevieve that Sol was selling Teenie to Rome. And Rome tells Sol that Genevieve doesn't want to work with him long term. And Genevieve's like, "Well, that's true, but why the fuck are you telling him that?" And so basically Sol and Genevieve compare notes, and they realize that Rome is lying to everybody. And this is why the week before we said this was a bad move, and everybody on Twitter didn't say a word after that because everybody's like, "Oh." Yeah, I know. Anyway. This is why, and I literally wrote, and this is why I don't trust anybody when it comes to bandwagon shows.
Yeah. Smart move.
You proved it. You all proved it. You all jumped on the bandwagon together, and then it took off, and she was like, "Maybe that was the wrong move," and nobody said a word, and that's why I don't trust any of you. So, the three people from Yellow are at the camp, and they're like, "Oh, maybe we'll kill a chicken," and pretty much they all decide we're not killing a chicken.
I wouldn't kill a chicken.
Okay, let's talk about this. Because I always think of this, and I bring it up to Keenan, and Keenan has an answer that's not mine. I always think I'm not going to kill the chickens, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's 26 days. The chickens didn't ask to be here. I'm not going to die.
No.
So I'm not going to kill the chicken. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I always think. Like, I'm not going to kill the chicken because 1, you have to kill the chicken. 2, the chicken didn't ask to be here. 3, it's really just 20 something days of my life. Like, I'm going to be fucking fine. I'm going to give the chicken a nice, happy life. Okay. That's how I think about it. I'm glad that both of you thought like that because I say this to Keenan and Keenan's like, oh no, I'd fucking kill the chicken.
I'm not hungry enough that I know I'm gonna eat eventually. Like I might get eliminated. It's only 20 something days. Like I'm gonna, and I'm, you know what? I might win some rice. I might win a freaking sanctuary. I'm gonna eat at some point.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
I can't look at this fucking chicken and then fucking eat it. Like I can't do this. I can't do it.
Yes. Right now. Like there are pets right now, and now I'm supposed to kill it.
Yeah.
I'm someone who loves meat, and like I'm not going to kill it because I'd rather have like the perpetual food supply that they give rather than just one night of chicken.
I need to be
Even
there
if they weren't laying eggs, I probably still wouldn't kill them.
No, yeah, like I can't do it.
Okay, so Tyler, they're not laying eggs. Are you going to kill the chicken?
Depends how hungry I am.
Oh, okay. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter how hungry I am. I'm probably not going to kill the chicken.
No, I probably
wouldn't. So I would have done what the yellow people did, where they took the net and tried to catch some fish. And honestly, I probably would have done the same thing, but it was absolutely hilarious trying to watch them do fishing with a net because they were never going to get anything because they weren't using the net right.
Yeah.
So basically, Teeny gets told what happened with Rome and by Sol and Genevieve, and she's like, "Are you guys fucking with me right now? Because I can't handle this." And pretty much they tell Teeny, like, we're gonna get rid of Rome next time. And she's like, that's music to my fucking ears, because I'm like, I'm next. But luckily, here's the thing that really, this is what I mean by it also comes in handy when you're a nice person, because nobody wants to hang out with Rome and everybody wants to hang out with Teeny.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what's gonna save Teeny.
Yes, hopefully.
I don't know why anyone would want to hang out with Rome. Like,
yeah.
But remember Kelly, everyone wanted to hang out with Kelly and she got freaking eliminated.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I would also, so let's get over to Blue right now, because Blue has their whole train wreck because the one girl, I forget her name, I'm so sorry, because we don't know anything about Blue.
It starts with T. I can't remember anything else.
I'm so sorry that we don't know anybody's names on Blue besides Sue and Kyle.
Yeah.
We haven't heard from you guys, and I can't tell you how long.
Yeah.
So, they're like, the one girl is basically like, oh, and like sells everybody down sells the one guy down the river to everybody at the social hours. So then the other girl from Blue who was there goes and tells them that this happened. So she's saying, I want us to be a unified 5. And I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, okay, but you're only talking to 4 people. Like, no one's gone to check in on Kyle. No one's talked to Kyle. No one has said anything about Kyle. So you guys want to be a unified 5, and you just expect Kyle to go along with it? To be the bottom of that alliance?
And then when he tries to talk to you, you all literally get up and walk away.
Literally.
Her name's Tiana, by the way.
Tiana, there it goes. I was right. It was with the
T. But it doesn't make any sense, because they're sitting there like, we want to be a unified 5 and then never talk to Kyle. Like, so you just expect Kyle to be stupid and go along with it? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Right? Yeah. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
That's bullshit.
Because Kyle, what we've seen from Kyle, they don't see it, but what we've seen from Kyle is he's not stupid and he's not fucking doing that.
Yeah.
So the challenge happens. And Yellow decides that they're going to auction off their chickens because they don't want to keep them as pets and like feed them. And they also don't want to kill the chickens. So they decide to negotiate with Jeff for eggs. And they say 24, and Jeff auctions back with something else. And they give another number.
15, I think.
Yeah. He gives another number, and he says, okay, let's meet in the middle and let's do 18 eggs. And that is I think that's the best deal I have ever seen on
Yeah, that was
Survivor
really good.
done with Jeff. I would like to say that I don't think I expected them to walk away with as much as they did. I personally would have asked for rice first
Mhm.
because rice stays longer than the eggs, and if we don't have Flint, like eventually we'll be able to eat the rice. So I would have asked for rice instead of the eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever. It was still a good negotiation.
Yeah.
So, I feel like the challenge was pretty, kind of unfair to Red for a while because how their blocks fell, it like kept one of them like on the edge of the platform and they had to knock that off. And I was like, come on, like it's off the platform. Did we all feel that?
I felt like it was off the platform. I
Yeah.
didn't really think. I thought that was a little unfair, but
They ended up winning, but I still felt like it was unfair.
I
Because
don't
it
really remember it, so
Okay.
I'll take
Okay,
your word
great.
for it.
Okay, great. So, they end up getting it off finally, and basically it's a race between Yellow and Red to put their puzzle together. And Red ends up doing it first because they actually worked together for the first time ever. Like, honest to God, the reason that they were working together, Yellow was frustrated and wasn't working together. And that's what happened. And so basically, Yellow lost, which I was actually really happy about because I was kind of over Red just being the punching bag. I don't like when just
Yeah.
one tribe keeps losing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I was really happy that Red didn't go back and that Yellow ended up doing that. Then they lost their Flint and they couldn't make any of the eggs that they just negotiated for, which again is why I would have asked for rice. So we get over to Yellow and let's talk about Andy for a second. Andy is two different people. One Andy is the guy at the challenge whose hair is down and he's sawing the rope with the wrong side of the saw. Okay, that's Andy version number 1.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Andy version number 2 is he puts on his glasses and puts his hair in a man bun and he becomes a totally Clark Kent type of person. He knows what his role is, he knows what his perception is, and he knows what everybody else is thinking, and he knows what everybody else is about to do. So what does this man do? He says, I'm going to act like I'm the one going home and that it's like me all the way. I know the part that I have to play in this. I'm going to let them think that I need to know a plan or I'm going to use my shot in the dark. He convinces these women to give him a fake plan, which he knew that they were going to do. And gets them basically like feeling safe as shit, okay? Like really, Andy got them feeling safe as shit, okay? They are like, Andy's going home, it's cut and dry, no problem. Not thinking that Andy has a fucking IQ, because he does. And so he goes, I set that whole conversation up, and me and Keenan are going, you set that whole conversation up. And so we get over to the tribal council.
Mhm.
And I felt like Andy was saying too much, but he didn't. And Andy, Sierra, and I think Sam is the other guy.
I think that's his name.
They vote Annika to go home. And I knew that it was Annika going home pretty much when he didn't use the idol on Andy. Because their votes controlled it, so he didn't need to use the idol on Andy, so he kept it a secret no matter what.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so Annika gets absolutely fucking blindsided. And it was probably the funniest blindside I have ever seen in my life. Listen,
He's
I felt bad
pissed.
for her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did feel bad for her. And I literally said, when she was like sobbing, I was like, girl, you can cry. Because
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't have a fucking clue. The other girl didn't have a fucking clue. It was, she was just standing there in disbelief and was like, who did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have always wondered why like people don't ask like when they're leaving.
I don't know either. But she was so stunned that she needed to ask because she doesn't know who did it. And Sam like raises his hand, but Andy says 3 votes. And I'm like, my dude.
He's smiling.
Dude. And so that is how Annika went home, and how Keenan saying Andy final 3 is no longer like a Caleb B moment. I literally looked at him and I was like, you saying Andy final 3 isn't so funny anymore, and it's kind of real. So next week is the merge, which I'm excited about because I feel like half of them don't like each other on their tribes.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so I feel like nobody's going to stay with their tribes because everybody kind of hates each other. So next week's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And we're only going to talk about Survivor, right? Because we're not even watching The Golden Bachelorette, because fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I would refuse.
I haven't listened. I don't know shit about The Golden Bachelorette. How about you guys? I have like completely taken a break, shut that part out of my life.
Yep. Didn't even know when it started.
Don't know when it ends, but I'm better for it.
I saw that Kelsey's dad sees her mom in mockingbirds and she sees them in butterflies, and that's the only thing I've seen. And then people want him to be the Golden Bachelor.
Okay. Keeping it in the fam. That's called nepotism.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
All right. So if you made it here because you weren't pissed off about what I said about MAGA,
You shouldn't be.
you didn't turn it off in that moment. Please give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Hot Garbage Pod. I have to remember which ones were together. And then follow us on Twitter at Hot Garbage Cast. Still haven't used it yet, but that's because we were trying to get pod.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like that's gonna work.
I have a feeling if we pay for Twitter, it might help, but I really don't want to.
I'm not paying for Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't pay for my own Twitter. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, like I mean,
fuck
it
Elon
could just
Musk.
be like
honestly, I am not giving Elon Musk a red cent of my money.
Yeah, and that's the issue I'm having too. It's either that or we like trademark it and have them take that one down for trademark. But I don't know if we can trademark.
I don't think we have
garbage.
enough. I don't think we have enough for that. Yeah.
We're not there yet.
That's probably the more expensive one.
Yeah.
One day, guys. One day.
One day. So follow us, and also we upload all of our stuff on YouTube, so you guys can watch us there. We're a video podcast as well at Hot Garbage Pod on there. Please watch us on there. Taylor puts a lot of work into that.
Did you just call me Taylor?
I think I did.
Thanks.
So sorry.
Fine.
I feel awkward.
That's so awkward.
No, it's fine. Fine.
Listen, I have a flu technically.
Sure.
It's gonna stay back here.
It's not that big of a deal. I'm just giving you shit for it.
Stephanie's like, I'm not getting involved in mom and dad's argument.
Not this time, guys.
Okay, so please follow Stephanie, Tyler, and Laura. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And as always, stay trashy.